I'm not too sure if you guys saw what Tesla's Easter egg was at the end of the Tesla shareholder meet yesterday. Apparently, a lot of people have missed it, but this was a big Easter egg, and I'll be going over it in this video right after I go through the whole takeaway of the entire, I think it was 2.5 hour meeting, so you guys don't have to. And the ones that I think, to me as a Tesla investor going all in, I think it's worth noting. There was a lot of points, but even after filtering over those a lot of points, there's still a lot of points to go over. A couple bombshells was dropped here and there, but let's go over it, and I'll go through these really quickly so this doesn't become a 20-minute video. So smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go. And by the way, guys, I know yesterday I was so pumped and energetic. Right now, I only had like, 3, 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep max, and I am extremely tired. Bear with me, guys. Gonna get through this. Let's go! So first things first, the vote for Elon's compensation was overwhelmingly passed. Just take a look at this data. Almost 1.8 million shares were voted. A little over 500 million were against it, and 335 million they just didn't vote. But that's crazy. I mean, this goes to show you guys that the voices of people saying they're going to vote against and it's not going to approve is a minority. So that's a very good thing. Elon, what he said yesterday in the shareholder meet is one thing, the things that has, the takeaways that stood up to me was he said that, we're starting a new book, and this new book is pretty much robotaxis and autonomous, which is robotics and AI. Obviously, now that we know that Elon is not going to take away this AI out of Tesla and make it a whole new company, even though that was just a ridiculous thought in the beginning. But now that we know he's not going to be doing that, he's going to be going balls to the walls with this in Tesla. And check out what he had to say. But before we get to that part, some comments from full self-driving and robotaxis, as he said that FSD is heading to unsupervised FSD at an exponential pace. It's a matter of time, matter of when, and not if. And we can see it with the data. I think there are now close to 2 billion data collected. There's nobody that's doing this. It's just distant second is, I think, Baidu, and that's in China. So it's just ridiculous. Regarding the robotaxi fleet, he did say that Tesla will own some and owners will own some as well. But to be quite frank with you guys, he did say Airbnb, it's kind of like an Airbnb Uber kind of thing where anyone who has a Tesla, they can add it to the fleet. But I think that's going to be limited, at least in the beginning. And majority of it is going to be Tesla run. And then later on, when it's super safe, FSD is good to go, and it's level 5, and everyone is, it's a normal thing, then I guess anybody can do it. Then it just, then it becomes kind of like a supply and demand kind of thing. If you have 1 million robotaxis in, let's say, in one part of the city, well then you're really disrupting so many other car companies. It's going to be a crazy time. I think at that time we're going to see a lot of bankruptcies in companies that don't have this software in this robotaxi fleet. That's going to be a very scary time when it comes to other car companies, which is why Tesla is a good, probably the best risk-adjusted stock today. Not financial advice, but that's how I'm viewing this. But coming back many steps, I think in the beginning it's going to be majority of Tesla's own fleet, and then some can add it, and then this can, get better and better year over year, and anyone with a Tesla can add it to the fleet depending on supply and demand. Elon agrees that ARK Invest research about Tesla's autonomy is the most accurate. He agrees with the 5 to 7 trillion valuation only based on robotaxis, autonomies, FSD, but not including the Optimus. And here's the thing, guys. Here's what I realized about this shareholder meeting after rewatching it. This humanoid robot, this Optimus, is getting very serious. And the reason why I went all into Tesla stock, guys, is because of autonomy. A 5-7 trillion, that's what I kind of expect around there for Tesla to be valued at by end decade or maybe early 2030s. But this Optimus thing is, what he's saying, it's crazy amount of numbers and I can't comprehend it, only because it's hard to comprehend such numbers. It's crazy. Some of the things that he was saying, it's crazy. But if Tesla is actually going to be going down this route and doing Optimus and bots, that's a sheesh moment. That's crazy. Then that would mean I'm pretty much buying, Apple back in the 1980s today with Tesla. That's how I'm seeing it. That's just crazy. But what Elon said here is that he expects that Optimus or bots should be 1-to-1 ratio or 2-to-1 or 3-to-1, upwards of 30 billion bots. And Tesla, if they take 10% of it, 10 to 15% market cap, if it's 10 billion bots, that's 1 billion for Tesla. And if it's 30 billion, well, that's 3 billion, which is insane. It's crazy. And here's one of the crazy bombshells that he said is that this thing could cost Tesla 10,000 and they could sell it for 20,000. So if they could sell 100 million bots every year, that's $1 trillion in profits. Again, is this realistic? I don't know. I just can't comprehend it. I am in the stock for autonomy only. But if this bot thing is getting serious, which it looks like it's getting serious, for crying out loud, he did say that by end of next year, they're going to have 1,000 Optimus bots working in the factories. Right now, there's what, a few? Is what he mentioned. 1,000 by next year, so that's 333 times. I mean, I guess this is something that we shouldn't avoid. I don't know. Again, this Optimus thing is hard to comprehend. I'm gonna be bringing somebody on this channel explaining to us how this bot thing can actually really work. I know I did my own valuation to it, but it's just hard to comprehend these numbers. So that's what he said about the bot, and we're not even done yet. So he's saying 1 trillion in profits annually if they sell 100 million bots at a $10,000, profit margin. At 20 PE, that's 20 trillion market cap. That's a stock price of 6,400. Then later on in the shareholder meet, he did say that this could actually reach up to 25 trillion, which would be a stock price of 8,000 per share. So 25 trillion market cap and $8,000 per share. Now, obviously, there's going to be stock splits by that, multiple ones, but I mean, that's crazy. So overall, he's saying that Tesla, with the autonomy and the bots, Tesla could be worth upwards of 30 trillion. That's what, like 50, 60, 59 times from now, which is just absolutely crazy. Like, it's a sheesh moment. Another sheesh moment is Tesla, or Elon, saying how fast these bots are getting ready for production. Is that Elon said that they are only one hardware revision away from moving to a limited production in factories next year. Now, obviously, this is Elon's guess. So add another year on top of that, maybe another 2 years, maybe 2 to 3 years. But if he's saying they only need one more hardware revision, I mean, sheesh. That's crazy. Regarding Tesla semis, Elon did approve the production of it. So that is something. And I know in ARK Invest, and I'll go through that video as well in a different video, ARK Invest did mention in their report that Tesla semi has no impact for the next 3-4 years in their research, which I think is a mistake. I think by 2026, 2027, well, they said 5 years. So I think in 3 years' time, we should start adding this Tesla semi. Because if Tesla did say that they're, trying to get 50,000 production annually, and each of these things are going to cost around 200,000. And Elon did say about these, semis that, hey, companies don't really care about, if it's electric or gas, as long as they can save the money. And we all know Tesla semis can't save them money. And we already see Cisco, Costco, Pepsi, Walmart using Tesla semis, and it's growing slowly. But once it's fully commercialized, could you imagine the companies that would want such a thing, that you can save so much? So that is a sheesh moment. Now, new products. Now, this is something that, short to medium term, we have to know what I'm talking about in the next, 1 to 3 years. Is 3 new products are coming out, confirmed by Elon or Tesla. Is obviously we have the robotaxi event coming, so that's one vehicle, as you guys see in the picture. Then it's the compact car and the van. So 3 new products, or minivan or crossover, whatever it's going to be, but there's definitely going to be 3 new products. And obviously there's going to be different models of each of these products. And I do bet that there's going to be a cheaper version of these vehicles later on down that line as well. A lot of people are not seeing it, but I heavily do believe that. These were the main big takeaways that I got from, the list was pretty concentrated, but a Tesla shareholder, that's the thing that I care about right now. Now, there were some other interesting things that he said, like Tesla has an AWS opportunity with the vehicles allowing to do, I think it was interface compute. These are the things that I don't understand, so I can't really go into it. But when we look at what Tesla's trying to do, they're trying to increase income revenue for Tesla holders, Tesla customers. God, I'm so tired. But that's insane. That's absolutely insane. We got the robotaxi that's going to make, people money, at least limited in the beginning. We got the bots that will save companies a whole lot of money. And then we've got this interface compute thing in AWS opportunity for the vehicle. So if you're not using your vehicle as driving it around or using it as a robotaxi, you can use it as that and make money from that through AI modeling and all that kind of stuff. Man, it's hard to see a future without a universal income is unrealistic. It's hard to see that. Like, we are going to get some sort of universal income when we have the robots doing our jobs, when the cars are driving themselves, and when the car and so many other things are going to be making money for you without you have to do much work. if there's even going to be work available. You know what I mean? So this universal income is looking to be a real thing in the next couple of decades from now, if all these things come to fruition. So that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Another thing was insane was a hardware 5. They're going to call it AI 5, exponential growth there, which does help Teslas with their hardware and stuff like that. A lot of juicy stuff, but the things I listed here, they were the meat, the concentrated things that I really cared about. Now, what we care about right now in the next 5 years or so, or maybe even less in the time frame, is the robotaxis and autonomous driving. Again, the reason why I went all into Tesla stock and the reason why I'm very excited is this Easter egg that Tesla just dropped. Check it out if you guys haven't checked it. We're going to talk about it in just a second. Check it out. Now, most of you guys will look at this and go like, oh, this is just a robotaxi app. They did mention something like this earlier in the year. But the thing that they didn't mention was the coming soon. Tesla will not be showing coming soon if it's not coming soon. You know what I mean? Like this, guys, this is a literal Easter egg and a big flippin' deal. Coming soon would mean a year from now. I mean, robotaxi event is 8/8, and I guarantee you guys that they're going to be setting a date, and that date, you know, once we get the vehicle out, and by that time, FSD is going to be version 13, 14, 15, whatever it's going to be. But at that time, we're going to apply for level 5 license, and with one over-the-air update, robotaxi is alive. It's going to be a sudden thing. That's all I'm going to say. And we are getting so close to it. I just hope the stock can stay low a bit longer so I can buy more shares. So that was the Easter. That's a sheesh moment. That was a sheesh flipping moment. Sheesh. And if you guys want to know when the stock's going to roar up, or how is the robotaxi going to affect Tesla stock, well, you guys need to check out this video right here. And yes, I called it the NVIDIA moment because, hey man, NVIDIA right now, it's killing it. And at that time, Tesla's going to kill it too. So check it out, guys. Get your About to Dip t-shirt or your Go All In t-shirt, your she-shirt. So you have supported me. Subscribe. And I shall see you guys in the next video. I'm going to go sleep. See ya.